Hi, I'm Jamie. This is a Busy Apes series. It's going to be moving to Patreon. Don't worry, it won't be too expensive. It's also going to be available for channel members. It's all for the right reasons. I know it might not seem like that initially, but like I can't have got time to explain it, and like you don't have time to watch the live show. I'm sorry about that, but we know how it is. Right, down here you're looking at where has it got to in its most recent low and what sort of a recovery we've got here. This is 30 minutes on GME, and that's where we're starting. Take your low here, your high. You can see came up, recovered our 200 period moving average, were held down by our 279 period moving average, of course, that's what's there. And then prices retraced, held onto the 200, dropped back down, went to the holding pocket and beyond on the full 886. And at this point, you're saying, right, that's your last bastion. Does it bounce? It never really quite made it there, but it did make it to the equivalent horizontal support and resistance on the left, this area here. At which point, I suppose it'd be fair to drop in this line and say, good move, buddy, good move. Let's see how well you can recover and what that means with regards to other Fibonacci's on this timeline. Now that we're here, we'll say this one down to that low. The 236 was also the breakdown area on, it made it below this area of what you would have hoped would be support. It was also the 236. Dropping below that is significant, while it's also below the 200 is annoying. But we are trying to put in some sort of turnaround here, though we can see is continually lower highs, lower lows. Every element of enthusiasm has only come up to certain heights, and at this point this was an 886 retrace. So if you were to drop this on down here, for example, you can see that when the prices came up and we were all enthusiastic, and then they ultimately went down again, they only went to the 886. And so if you're going to be fair about things, then this has only really gone to the 886 and then like might go back again, and that, you know, so you understand how that would work. And then also then looking back, this would be a higher low than over here, which would be great, right? That would be great. That's what you really need to see, either now or some other time. That's what the start of an uptrend invariably will involve. And so yeah, you're looking at some sort of move back up again from here, and to see how that works out, you'd wonder how the strength of this is going. Well, it's about to do something. It's made it out of the bearish control zone. That's very positive. You want to see it push towards the center line, perhaps do something there for a minute or a bar or two, and then go on. You've got your ADX turning down, but you've had your positive strength coming through on your DMI there. Rocky's DMI, check out his channel, it's amazing. Then down here you've got your positive cross on the MACD. As prices slip below the 200, you may see this cross. I'd wait for confirmation before I took the trade. When it does cross on the 30 minutes, I'd look at price action and see where they are here. They will be close to, perhaps above the 200 period moving average. Let's see. That would be at 157.94. At that point, when your RSI strong caught its own moving average, is trying to cross the center line, you've got a positive signal on the MACD saying buy, and you've got a positive slope on your DI plus you've got a strength of trend on your ADX, then you're looking good for a bounce, and prices might do well. If they get above that 200 period moving average, off the benefit of this cross rather than subsequent to the cross that level is achieved, then you would then look up to the $165 target, recover in this 236 of the larger Fibonacci we drew out there laterally, and you'd see how did prices handle it up and about there. Thank you very much. That's the 30-minute GME chart. What else are we going to learn when we go through timelines? We can see that could keep going, and then we could see then a continuation of the positive momentum here, and that would then constitute a good lower low than here, and possibly a higher low than previously, and then yeah, on you go. 886 retrace on the way, good wick there already. 153.78. I like it a lot. In fact, this does look to me to be quite good, especially when you look at the RSI there. Accumulate, go up, beat this like 50% now. You'll see it tried once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Not testing the other counterpart. This is what you would call an ascending triangle on your RSI. Ass. That's the ass part. Here's the ending part. And that's to get the fuck out of my garden part right now. Go on up, mate. You're doing alright. And I look at this and I think 4 hour timeline, 200 period moving average, 186. That's what you like to see. Above the 618, that might be asking a bit much. It's also this breakdown zone. To test there would be natural. I haven't put in some sort of a low and still continuation with a higher lows. The lower high. So let's draw a line through that, see where that is. That's what's stopping us at the minute. On the 4 hour time frame, we are yet to open and close above this downward sloping diagonal resistance, which in and of itself is a supply line where we know that supply is coming from, don't we? Is it people who genuinely don't think that this thing is worth money, or is it a bunch of fucking fannies? So you're looking for GME open close above that line, along with other real technical analysis that I do regularly on live streams. You all know about it. There, you've got the top of this AMC. You're in this bull flag, came up, touched us top of this area, and you've got to manage your risk in terms of expectations at that stage and think, here it is. Those levels that were very hard to break, where does it come back and what constitutes a positive retrace? Well, 236, it got like very close to that. Let's start back down on smaller time frames and show you how good this TA was really. And if you didn't see it, then I don't know why. We talked about that. Fantastic. We talked about how it would lead to that, which it did. We talked about how that would happen here, and it would come in and probably be divergent on RSI, which it was. And then when it did that, it'll likely drop down. It'll test this period, 200 period moving average, which it did. And then we said that this is the area where it'll likely bounce, and it's come in higher than that so far, but then has not managed to break above the horizontal support and resistance that we said was important. Still now below it there. And you can see the 236 is calling 3228, 3229. That looked like it just moved in front of my eyes too. What's going on with my head? Is things changing in front of my eyes or what? And then 30.80, there's your lower level there where you'd still be putting in a higher low. It's a horizontal resistance, and you also see that's quite likely comes in, intersects somewhere with this here. That would be context of downtrend. This might continue and meet that point somewhere like this would be your top side of it, obviously. Then it's up to you where your bottom side comes and whether or not it holds that area for a long period of time. But maybe that type of price action, this area of horizontal, these horizontals as well, irrelevant. This 236 more important than any. It would also be 75% of this wedge and likely it bounce up again. That is how these things work. It would also be in around the base slender line of this overall channel that itself constitutes a bull flag, if you ask me. And the measure move out of it's tiny, it would only take you up to here, your 236 again, at which point you'd be wondering, does this have the strength to go and test the top level of resistance again, or will we first see a test of its counterpart down below and support? Does that come in with a lower low? Is it at these areas Jamie said? Because if it is, holy goodness, that's where it be, by the way. That's your busy people TA, 7 minutes 59 seconds, 8 minutes, not bad. Thank you very much. I know I could cover other time frames, but I have done on the live show, which I'm sure you can find some time to watch. And I really do appreciate you and the fact that you're so supportive of me and everywhere we've got. But I have to make the channel good for everybody, because that is you as well as it being everyone slightly differently. Whatever. Anyway, 'tis what it is. And I'm doing best. Thanks very much for tuning in. Appreciate you.